Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I appreciate everybody showing up here right on time. If you can, we're just trying to do some sound checks here. So if everybody can hit me, just hit one right there in the questions box so that I know you guys can hear me loud and clear. Hopefully everybody can. Yes, okay, perfect. So we're getting some people that can hear me. Okay, loud and clear. Good job. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything here. So good deal. Thank you for coming on. Well, listen, you guys, I'm going to tell you, social media definitely has taken off here. Probably, I would say over the last couple of years here, but it's really in the forefront right now. And I haven't used it as much as I should. As you know, there's several different platforms out there, and a lot of people are always wondering, where do we start? Where do we begin? And I mean, even myself, there's a lot out there. And so with Claude, one of the things that he's done, he's really gravitated towards the social media, and it has really exploded his business. And slowly it's expanded my business here locally, believe it or not, that's been able to help me, get some deals here. So one of the things I want to be able to do is like I said, this will be a very, short presentation because we appreciate you guys, basically coming on, taking part of your time. This is purely educational, so I just want to let you know there's nothing at the very end that we're going to be talking about here at this point or pitching to you. So, Claude, when you're ready to go, let me know. I think they can see your screen right here.
I am ready. I need alcohol first. Are you recording this? Can you record
We are
this?
recording it, so it is recording right now.
Are you guys cool on? We're simultaneously, just to prove a point here. You can see me, Henry, right? And I can see you, and the screen is live. It's great. And we are on Meerkat and on Periscope. Hey, Sean, is this okay? Is this working good? Give me a heart if it's working okay. If you can see that screen, okay, that's cool. Thank you, Sean. And I got some folks on Meerkat. And basically, what we want to cover today, we're talking about generating leads. And I'm going to give you a lot of my opinion. This is very subjective. But I think a lot of, and Henry, you can argue with me too, I think what we're hearing from all the real estate gurus out there right now is stuff that's 20, 30, 40 years and older. I was talking with a young man today, 23 years old. He's an internet guy. And I said, how many times do you go to the post office? And he says, as little as possible. He gets his bills through email. He does his communication through his iPhone. He does his money transfers through PayPal. So all of what the gurus are teaching today about mailings and using the post office and everything like that, I think that's going to be extinct in another 5, 10, 15 years or less. In terms of marketing for creative real estate, we want leads. Henry, you okay? Everything's still working here?
I can hear everything still just fine. Yep.
Okay, fine. I think we have all this great. We all have a phone, and the phone, the iOS, the Android, is the gateway for storytelling, and we need to start telling our story in creative real estate. Although this could be applicable to any business. If you sell potato chips, are you out there telling a story about your potato chip to people, not just saying, "Mine is great, give me your money"? And that seems to be the premise of old school marketing, mailing out yellow letters, mailing out postcards, using old recycled mail lists. And this stuff is too expensive for the ROI, the return on the investment. And what I've been experimenting with since last year, I have really started to gravitate towards social media marketing and live streaming. And I'll explain that as we proceed here. And for most of us, social media is Facebook. And to many of my old joke is that to many of us, Facebook is nothing more than keeping in touch with people you didn't like in high school and finding out they're having potato salad for dinner tonight. But this has changed. We have Facebook alone, I think 30 million people a month go onto Facebook. And YouTube and all these instruments that are centric to our iPhone. Everybody is using their iPhone, their iOS, Android device, anywhere from 4 to 8 hours a day and more. It seems to me crazy to use the post office for the majority of our marketing when we have people's attention for 4 to 8 hours a day on this little device. And so I've been studying and learning, and I have seen just tremendous results in terms of getting leads, monetizing content-driven information, utilizing social media and live streaming. How's that for an intro, Henry?
No, that's great. I mean, that's great. You hit a lot of key points there, just in regards with social media. And you know, if you can, you know, and I may have some of the questions that may feed in also, Claude.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
And you do that too.
Yeah.
Did you want to jump in with something, content, or did you want me to go on?
I think, you know, one of the things that you hit on a lot of different things, Claude, and maybe you can help out some of the people out there in the audience is, you know, like you mentioned, you've got some sort, you've got a lot of social media platforms out there. Facebook, you have, you know, Periscope, you have, Pinterest, you have Instagram. And so you have all these other things. And I think what happens is sometimes a lot of people get confused and are like, you know what, where do I start? So if you're looking at that, Claude, you know, someone who just doesn't know where to get going, where would you recommend them to go ahead and start within the social media platform?
That is an excellent question. We have to start with, first of all, understanding that we have to put out content and context-driven media. We have to put out information to people. Marketing has changed. We're having a revolutionary period right now. There are new applications and things coming out every day. You may not like Snapchat, okay? But I got to tell you right now, your kids are on it. Anywhere from 8 years old to 25 years old, they're on Snapchat. And they're on it because their parents don't know how to get on it. And this is their little private communication device where, excuse me, where they can send pictures to each other or short videos back and forth for a 24-hour period, and then they disappear. In terms of creative real estate, you have to analyze what are your strengths. How do you put out content? And when I say content, I don't mean a commercial. I mean interesting articles, videos, podcasts, audio, pictures. Can you put out content that for someone who wants to buy, sell, or invest, can you put out some kind of content in some kind of media that's for someone who's going onto Google and searching today and saying, I want to buy a house. I don't know how to get a mortgage. I want to sell a house. What's the best way to sell a house? Do I get a realtor? What's an escrow? Do I need a real estate attorney? I want to buy a house. I want to invest in a house in the good school district. And where do these people naturally go? They go, of course, to Google. That's the center of the universe, Google. Okay, the whole world goes into Google as a search engine. Yeah, I know there's Bing and Yahoo, but let's get real here. And so they're going to go in there and they're going to type in whatever information they want to generate. Okay, how to sell, how to buy, how to invest. Where do I get the lowest mortgage? Should I use bandit signs? Who's the best guru out there? How to fix a toilet in my new rental property? Where do I get rental contracts? And they're going to type this information in there. And the question you have to ask yourself is, are they finding me? Are they finding me? Say you're in, Henry, you're in Fresno. You need to put your information out there, interesting information that draws people into your geographic area. Henry, you can do a real estate anywhere, and I know you talk about that, but you'd much rather you'd love to do real estate. You have a meetup group. You want to attract people who are in the Fresno area. For obvious reasons. So if I go into Google and I type in Fresno Real Estate Club, am I going to discover your little meetup group? And am I going to go to a page? And am I going to see articles or videos about real estate in Fresno? And are you putting out that content on a consistent basis? Interesting, compelling content that draws people in there so that you're on the top of the search engine and they find you right away. Am I making sense here, Henry?
No, and that really does, from that standpoint. And so, and just to go back to my original question, Claude, if you put the content, where do you think somebody should start then? Where do you think would be a good platform?
you have to go, you have to be self-aware. You have to do an analysis. Go to the bathroom mirror and take a good beer with you and say, what is my strength? Am I a good writer? Do I write copy for my blog, for a journal? Do I write good newsletters? Do I produce videos? As you guys know, we were just checking it. Henry, take a guess how many videos I have on YouTube now.
I don't know, maybe 50, 100?
I think it's 307.
Wow.
Claudia, 377? 377 videos. I have a face made for radio, but seriously, I love YouTube. Guess who owns YouTube? Google.
Yep.
Okay, second most popular web page in the world is YouTube. You know, sometimes it's Facebook. It changes all the time. So I love to do videos. That's my strength. And if you guys seen it, I do 2 to 4 minute videos on a variety of topics on gut sales, on social media marketing, on lease purchasing. I'm putting out this I hope, I'm going to stroke myself as I say, I'm putting out this hopefully entertaining content, and people watch it because I'm a secret, and I recognize that I like to do videos. Okay, so that is my strength. If your strength is taking pictures, Larry and Mariska Pilch in Seattle, Larry's a photographer. He takes the most beautiful pictures and he uploads them to Instagram and Pinterest, okay? Instagram, by the way, is exploding right now in terms of marketing, and people are using Instagram as a gateway for purchasing books and products and retaining services. If you're a person who likes to do audio, you should do audio files, or like our friend Joe does. Joe does the Real Estate Mastery podcast, which is wonderful. So if you like to do live streaming, live videos in front of the property, or perhaps a variety of subjects, Henry, your mic's going.
Yep, sorry about that. Go right ahead.
All right. If you like to do live streaming, you can use I'm on Meerkat and Periscope live right now. So a lot of people who didn't have the time to download GoToWebinar or whatever can watch this webinar right now live streaming. So I have a multitude of broadcasting facilities, media, right from my iPhone and my iPad, even my laptop. So the main question is, what is your strength? Audio, video, pictures, video, or writing, and take one of those strengths and apply them to the correct media application. Number 2, where is your audience? Is your audience under the age of 25 in Snapchat, or are they on Facebook because they're older, 35 to 65? Where is your audience? And that's part of your analysis, is what is your strength, what is the best medium to use, and what is the best medium to use to let your audience discover you so you're no longer a secret. Did I go?
No, I mean, that answers the question. And like you had mentioned, those are some of the things. If people like to do video, do video. If they like to take pictures, Pinterest or Instagram. Or if they just like short little bursts of things, I mean, Twitter could be another platform that they can use, in that scenario.
Exactly. Michael Buckles in Atlanta. Michael's kind of a shy guy, but I've been yelling at him. Dirk Waters, I've been yelling at him. Get on Periscope. Get on Meerkat. Get out there. And these guys are on them like a couple times a week now. They're drawing a following. People are saying, hey, I want to see what when Michael shows the deals he does in Atlanta. He talks about how he found the property, how much it cost, how he did the contracts, how he marketed it, how much he made money. And you can follow this guy. This is what we call, what younger people, God bless millennials, they give us some new really wonderful words, like transparent. It's honest. I think I'm going to try not to use bad language here, but I think we're all getting sick of BS gurus with their slick blue screens and all their stuff and all their, I think what people want is honesty and information and intelligence, not a long commercial. I'm great, give me all your money and then I'll never talk to you. What they want is transparency, and they want real content, and you will have all the customers you need, like some of my students are doing. I can even, if you'd like, Henry, if we have about 3-4 minutes, I'd like to give some examples of new business that I have monetized just by using these social media applications.
No, yeah, go right ahead and show it.
I'll give you one. I just got Here, this just happened 2 weeks ago. I did a Periscope on some topic, probably on sales. I love talking about sales and social media as it relates to real estate and other things. But I do a lot of sales training with my gut system. And I had a young lady, she's an international traveler, and she saw me on a Periscope. And she never heard of me before, like most people, okay? But she said, hey, I like this guy's style, I like his content, I want to find out more about Claude Diamond. So what did she do, Henry? She went into Google, typed in Claude Diamond. That took her to my YouTube page, okay? And she watched some of the videos, and then she clicked on subscribe on that so she could continue being notified. Then from there, she went to my Facebook page, which a lot of people do. And she saw all the content that I put in Facebook. And I put in a lot of stuff about real estate sales and my favorite beer and where I went out for dinner last night. And then from there, she went to my web page finally. Notice the order of the way the customer traveled. And what I think we need to do is reverse engineer everything and say, where is our customer coming from? How is our customer or prospect going to find us in creative real estate? Our customer could be a buyer, a seller, an investor, a realtor, somebody else out there. But we have to sit down and do a reverse analysis and say, if they're looking for a property or selling a property, wanting to invest, where are they going to go? Where are they going to go into Google? And what are they going to type into Google? And if you're or you're doing real estate investing in Fresno, you better have search engine words that relate to topics, audio, video, written, or picture, that come up Fresno real estate. And that's where you come in, Henry, so they find you.
Hey, Claude.
Okay? Yes, sir.
Oh, I was going to say, since you talked about that, I was going to have you go on to the Google search and type in Fresno Real Estate Group and see what comes up.
Let's can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see it right there.
Okay, let's do that. And let's look at that happy face here. So we're going to go in here and type Fresno real estate. Real simple search engine word, right?
Yep.
Now you don't have to do okay, and let's see, we have an ad here, we have another ad, and who's this? Is this realtor.com? Is that you?
Yeah.
Fresno Real Estate?
Yep, there's
Zillow,
real estate.
Trulia, Guarantee. Okay, I'm looking for you here. Oh, look, who's this?
Yep.
Okay, look at that, found us. Okay, how about they find you, though? You have a meetup group, right?
Yeah, I do. That's one of the things that I do. We have Fresno. Well, you need to type in Fresno Real Estate Group right at the end.
Oh, okay, I left out the group part. My bad. And the look at that, #1, ladies and gentlemen. That's Henry's Club there, right there. Now, you put content in there March 22nd, 2016. How did you do that? It's only March 8th. That's pretty cool.
I control the future now.
And here's Henry's page, his real estate club. But notice where he was in the search engines. Now, if I went over here, if I wanted to find out more, I'm a video-centric person, would you be in there? And look, is this anything from you?
Some of the stuff we have in there and some of the homes, that I did market. It's not about the group, but it is some of the homes there that we did show.
Here's your group right there.
Yep.
So we want to make sure people are going to go into Google. Are they finding you, or are you a secret? Are they finding your links to your meetup groups, your web pages, your blogs? Are there videos out there about you? Are there audio or there podcasts? This is content marketing. Okay, and this is the kind of marketing that people are doing. They don't want to see ads. They don't want to see commercials. They don't want to go to a web page where they say, hey, trust me, give me your money, buy my BS, and give me your email address and all your other personal information because I'm a great guy and I have these testimonials here. They don't want that learning. They don't want that experience anymore. They don't want a commercial. They want pertinent, transparent, honest content. And if you're not delivering that in 2016, you're going to get lost because you're doing exactly what the other 99% are doing. And this is the garbage that the other gurus are teaching right now. They're teaching old school search engine optimization when everything is about content today, good learning experiences, so that you can establish a relationship with the people who are looking for that information. Am I being too opinionated and judgmental today?
No, I think that's fine. What I wanted to do real quick, Claude, if it's okay with you, I just wanted to take a quick poll, and I'm just curious of which platform, individuals are using. So here's a quick poll, you guys. If you guys can, just mark on here. I spelled LinkedIn wrong, but that's okay. Mark one of these things that you guys choose on that media platform just real quick. I'll give you guys about a minute here, and just choose one of the platforms and let me know, and I can give you an idea as far as the response
I love
is.
Facebook. Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious.
I use Facebook every day. Adam buys houses. Make Money Zach joined us here. We have, look at that. We have Sean Osby with us here. 42 people are on Meerkat right now. Isn't that amazing? And it's growing. I want to finish my story, though, while they're doing that, Henry. Is that all right?
Go right ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, the lady saw me on Periscope. She went from Periscope to Facebook to YouTube, saw my videos, because I like to do videos. That's my platform of choice for disseminating information. She went to my webpage. On my webpage, I have some videos that link to YouTube also. It's a very friendly, I think, eye candy kind of webpage, and there's a place there for people to schedule with me a free training session on ClaudeDiamond.com. And she did that, and we had the most delightful one-on-one meeting on Skype, and 30 minutes later, I had a new corporate account. Corporate accounts for sales training is very profitable for me, Henry.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. That all came from the Periscope. I'll tell you another really quick, and that's making February a very good account for us. Then we had another a story I want to tell. This just happened over the weekend. There were a couple fellas, Ray and David, who are doing a seminar in Las Vegas next weekend. And they were at Benihana's talking about dinner and their real estate investors. And I saw them on Periscope, because I go on Periscope a lot. And I don't even know these guys very well. And I just was listening to them, and I said, let me find out about Ray and David. And so I went on there, and I went to their Facebook page. I went to their web page. I found out, hey, they're having a Las Vegas creative real estate seminar in Vegas. And I said, cool. So I sent them a little text on Facebook Messenger. And I said, hey, could you, I have a lot of clients in Las Vegas. Would you like me to send you some of them? Which is kind of a guts move. Don't ask, give. I said, would you like me to help you get more people for your seminar in Las Vegas? And they contacted me back, yeah, and would you like to be a speaker? And I said, yeah. And they invited me this morning. We consummated the whole thing. They're paying for me basically to fly out there next Saturday and speak at their seminar in Vegas at the Platinum Hotel. And that's on my Facebook page, Claude Diamond, if you guys want information about that. But that all came, here's my point. I got a speaking engagement. I like speaking. I even have it on the mind map here. Whenever I do a speaking engagement, whether it's a webinar or it's in front of a group, the San Diego Creative Investors Association, the Fresno 559 Club, or whatever,
Yeah.
I speak at, I broadcast that on Meerkat, Periscope, Facebook Live, on Blab, and I get an audience. But here, once again, I got a speaking engagement just by going on Periscope and reaching out to people. So it works both ways, doesn't it? 2 success stories just recently. And I get all my leads. Every day I get leads. And my students, my Guts mentees, they know I'm always hammering them about making 5 new phone calls a day. And how do you get those new leads without spending a lot of money? Social media, virtual attraction marketing. Did you want to jump in there, Henry? You look like...
Well, no. I'm going to give you the results of the poll here real quick, Claude.
Okay.
50% of the people use Facebook, and 25% use LinkedIn, and then 13% use Twitter, and then another 13% use another platform. to be able to do it. So Facebook looks like it's the predominant one that a lot of people use.
Yeah, it's, whatever floats your boat. It doesn't really matter. In terms of real estate, I love and I'll just show you right here at our map. Here's YouTube. Okay, I love YouTube because I put out these videos every week. I think this week I have 4 new videos on marketing, on sales, and at least purchasing, on owner financing, whatever it takes. I'm trying to keep your screen up at the same time and I put them on YouTube, and from YouTube, so they go into Google and they search different terms, different keywords, okay, and then they find me on YouTube, and then they watch these, and then they can subscribe to me on YouTube, and then they can go to right to my webpage through YouTube, and then when I do new videos, and I have thousands of people who follow me on my YouTube. I have on YouTube. We have one video. I know the one that I did with Joe McCall. Between Joe and myself, we have had in the hundreds of thousands of hits. I think it's like 130 or 40,000 between Joe. Joe has a copy of the video, and I have one where I make cold calls, and it's live, it's transparent, it's honest, it's a real cold call, and I demonstrated that. Well, that thing went viral. And I can't tell you how many people have discovered Claude Diamond from that one video. And I guess the one takeaway I want everybody to know today is that you don't have to be a clown like me and do videos. If you like to write, do a blog about whatever you're selling. Put in your content. If you're a great photographer, take pictures and put them on Pinterest and Instagram and maybe Vimeo. If you like to do audio files and email them out to people. Build up an opt-in list for your video of the week club on real estate ideas or something like that. You can do secondary marketing too. You don't have to do directly what you do. If you're in real estate, if I was a real estate agent, okay, I would not just say, I'm great, come to my Keller Williams office. I'd say, here are the 5 best places to eat in Fresno. Here are my 5 best seafood restaurants in Fresno. Here are the what I think are the best school districts, the best Taekwondo martial arts areas. I would do a lot of stories, visual, pictures, written, videos that indirectly relate to what I'm trying to do in Fresno. So if I'm a real estate investor, if I'm a real estate realtor, are people going to go to those articles and then figure out that maybe when they know that I'm a realtor or an investor, and they're going to contact me when they know they want to buy or sell, or they have a cousin or a grandma who wants to buy or sell or invest. And that's how people are going to follow me and become part of my tribe, part of my community. But so they have to put out this content. And I know what a couple people are saying, Claude, I don't have that creative flow going for me. Well, use other people's content and remarket it with permission, without copyright violation. There's a lot of different systems and things that'll let you go into using other people's content, but keeping the link from you to their web page. So this is the way I do my marketing. Constantly putting out. I'm doing live streaming all the time, every day. You guys know me. I'm on Periscope. I'm on Meerkat. I do my blabs, not just YouTubes, which are stationary, but these live videos on the spot. So somebody's iPhone, and they'll see a little notification go across their iPhone, Claude is now live on Periscope or Meerkat. And if they follow me and they think I have something of interest to share with them, like this webinar, they're going to watch it, and they're going to stay on, and they're going to keep following me, and maybe eventually go to my webpage, maybe register their email, so they get my free newsletter, and maybe they'll want to do a free consultation with me. And this is the way I build up a really strong quality database of people who do deals with me, who buy my coaching and mentoring services, who buy my books and my packages and things like that, Henry. This does, and it's TNT, it's time and talent, but it doesn't cost me anything. And if you guys are still doing, I'm not against yellow letters and post office and stuff like that, but the thing about it is I just have to put the content out, hit the button, and boom, I am live, either streaming or I'm putting that content online in the internet where everybody lives today. Why do I have to wait for the postman to go to the post office, to wait for them to get the letter or the yellow letter I mail, and then they put it in, and 90% or more put it in the shredder anyway, when I have this wonderful invention called the internet? So you see my point?
Yeah, no, I do. And one of the things on content, I just want to throw that in real quick, and I'm going to put it here in the chat. If you don't know how to bring up content, like you don't like to do videos and things of that nature, one of them is Google Alerts, and I use this quite a bit in my real estate. And I just
We lost you, Henry.
home.
It froze up, buddy.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. I had to type in, but one of the things that I use is Google Alerts, and
well,
so
I hope I can't hear Henry anymore.
okay.
You guys on Periscope or Meerkat, can you still hear Henry? He froze up on my screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
Okay. One of the things I mentioned is Google Alerts. So if they can't bring up content, go to Google Alerts and you can type in anything. If you live in Seattle, you can type in Seattle real estate. You know, bring up articles that way in order to go ahead and publish them. And so that's one of the things, because a lot of people just sometimes just don't know what to write. So Google Alerts is something that they can be able to use also, Claude.
There's something new. I just got this from, we have every Monday at 9 o'clock Pacific time, we have our group mastermind, and Tim gave us a really great idea called Sniply, S-N-I-P-L-Y, where you could take other web pages and articles and videos and then put in a link from you to your web page. So when you're pushing out the content, people come back to you. You get credit for the link on there. It's called SNIPLY. I'm still learning about it, but it seems like it's part of the solution for people who are content challenged, who don't maybe have the time or the creative juices for writing or audio or video. They can use Sniply, S-N-I-P-L-Y. Check it out, guys, on there. Henry, I just a couple of the notes here. If you can I jump into the 6 C's of social media here?
Yeah, real quick. We had one question saying right here, and it was saying that is all the social media stuff for finding real estate deals or coaching and consulting clients?
Yes. You direct the content for what you're looking for. If you're looking for properties, you've got to reverse engineer it. People who are selling their properties, what would they be searching for? What would they be looking? How about other people who can refer deals to you? You want to be the name in your universe, so you can use it for any platform you want. I use it for finding deals, for selling deals. I can put pictures out there of properties I've sold. I can put information out for properties I'm looking for. I can put secondary articles about, what's the inventory system? What's the inventory in Fresno right now? How to sell your home in the next 30 days with social media marketing, with lease purchasing. You can put out all kinds. You want to differentiate yourself in the marketplace, so when someone goes into Google, whether they're a buyer or seller in real estate, they're gravitating, they're finding you, and they might say, hey, you know that Henry Serrano, maybe I should call him. My grandmother's selling her home, and Henry wrote some really good articles about selling your home in Fresno, how to save money on a realtor, how to get the lowest cost real estate attorney, 10 questions you should ask your banker before you find it. And you see, it's all about, we've substituted, social media is our new word of mouth. Okay, and if you're just trying to compete with everybody else to have bigger and bigger ads, where are the ads in magazines and newspapers? Is anybody reading magazines and newspapers anymore and responding to those ads? I don't think so, because their circulation is going way down. The gateway to, you have to tell a story, either directly or indirectly, for whatever you're selling. Okay, excuse me, hope I didn't lose my other people there. Okay, you have to tell a story. That people, so you establish some kind of community, a tribe with people, so that when they do need your services, that they think of you, they contact you. Did you ever have someone, Henry, who said, Henry, can you recommend a good real estate attorney? Or Henry, I want to buy a home, retirement home in Florida. What should I do? Do you know anybody I should talk to, or what should I do? Do you get people who ask you for advice?
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, all the time. Real estate
Right.
attorney contracts. Do you know a good handyman? I mean, a lot of stuff like that.
All that stuff, right? And maybe you can do business with that person if that relates to what you're doing. Okay, you're a real estate investor. You travel all over the U.S. Maybe this is a deal you can do. Maybe you can network them with somebody else who's doing a deal, and you get a percentage of the commission or profits. So yes, it works for coaching. It works for consulting. It works for network marketing. It works for life insurance. It works for real estate. And if you guys are not I'm telling you right now, if you're not getting into social media and live streaming in some fashion, you're going to be left in the dust in this business. I'm the only guy saying this. Okay, all the other gurus are going to tell you to use the post office, and the millennials the millennials, read the Wall Street Journal. The kids under the age of 30 are finally coming into the real estate market now, Henry. And guess what? They're not going to the post office. They're not buying real estate magazines. They're not. They're going onto their little handheld device. That is their world. That is their gateway drug. And you better tell a story. You better respect your audience enough to say to them, I have good information for you so that you can discover that who I am and what I do. And that's the way you're going to have to give. You're going to have to give a little more, and then you have the right to ask. And they will gravitate towards you because they know you, they respect you, and they'll follow you. And that is the difference between marketing today. And anybody who's telling you to do mailers and handouts and signs, it's not that they're bad. Don't take me the wrong way. It's just that they're not as effective anymore because nobody's going to the post office. I'm sorry. To me, it's crazy. I'm getting all the leads I want. I am getting great leads. I have several businesses. Okay, I sell products. I sell books and sales. I do coaching and mentoring in sales and real estate and social media. Claudia and I, my wife, we have our own properties, okay? We're in the real estate business, been in it for 30 years. I'm getting all the quality leads. Forget about search engine optimization. Somebody tells you, oh, you're going to get I can double your hits and everything. Yeah, but are those hits quality hits? Who cares if you get 1,000 hits a week because you're spending $1,000 on Google AdWords, but none of them are monetizing because they're not your customer. They're just going to your webpage. They're seeing some commercial stuff. You're trying to grab their email, and they disappear in 15 seconds. That's why so many people are spending way too much money and going broke. I'm way too opinionated tonight, Henry. Stop me. Way too.
But you hit on a lot of things here. And what I want to do real quick one more time, Claude, is I just want to send out one more poll just to see what platforms people are interested in. And so that's something here I'm just going to send out. And so it's on the screen right there. And just for about a minute, you guys, just let us know, which of the platforms that you'd be interested in. I couldn't put all of them in there, so I did put some of the most popular ones that are on there. I know a lot of people, are not on Periscope, but may want to learn a little bit more about it. But, there's some great platforms. But my key thing here, you guys, is if you want to focus on something, at least focus on one. And if one of these are going to be the platform you're going to do, I'm just curious which one you'd want to learn from. Because that's really key. That'll help at least position us here going forward. And Claude's going to talk a little bit about his new project and actually his book that he's coming up with. But this would obviously help him a little bit, probably skew his book towards one of the platforms that a lot of people are interested in. So this would help us out, quite a bit. And so, like I said, I don't have all the platforms up there, but these are pretty much the most prevalent ones that we see out there. And Claude, I don't know,
Right.
there may be Snapchat and Blab I know isn't on there, but that'll help us out a little bit here with it. Twitter, like I said, I misspelled it. That's okay. At least people kind of understand that. So I'll be closing the poll out right here real quick, and I'll let you know exactly, which ones come out. And so far right now, Claude, it looks like 38% of the people want to learn about Facebook, and the other 25% YouTube, and then looks like it's a split between Twitter, and Periscope. So it looks like Facebook's still in the lead, and then YouTube, and then LinkedIn. So those are your top three right there, Claude.
Facebook is enormously popular. It's been Facebook has just been upgrading and developing. We now have Facebook Live. Okay, Facebook is getting into media, ladies and gentlemen. If you are not part of the media video explosion right now, you've got Facebook is getting so strong into video. They have Facebook Live. You can, on your pages for your business, you can put in the videos that you do in YouTube. You can now download them into an MV4 file and then upload them into your Facebook video collection. You can put your pictures in there. Facebook is trying to catch up because they got a little behind with what YouTube is doing. You're seeing with it started with Meerkat last year. Meerkat then came into Periscope. Periscope was purchased by Twitter. Okay, it's now totally really integrated with Twitter right now. Blab came on the scene. Blab is also live video streaming, and Blab is beautifully synchronized with Facebook and Twitter and in YouTube. So you can do 4 people in Blab, like a conference call, a community call. People can type in their questions, and you can record it and then upload it or simultaneously broadcast while you're simultaneously broadcasting it. You can get an audience that's international, or you can make it geographically centric if you want to just market in Fresno or San Diego or Austin or New York. But if you're not putting out, and I want to just go on the quick, do we have a minute for the 16th of social media? We are in a content-driven explosion, a revolution right now. People don't want commercials anymore. They don't want to see your long scrolling web pages that are one long commercial. Think of yourself when you're researching the history of the avocado. You want to get right to that content, don't you? You don't want to see commercials and 20 ways to make guacamole. You want the history of the avocado. It's content driven. And you better put that content out there in a non-commercial way. It better be creative, okay, interesting. Something that people want to read. Tell a story. The difference between today and yesterday is, you guys remember I was talking about, remember the Sharper Image ads in the magazine from 20 years ago, Henry? Remember that? They used to have these articles about their products, and they had the real descriptive. They told a story. You guys are storytellers now. Everybody loves a story. Tell a story about your first real estate deal, how you found it, how you sold it. Okay, tell stories that resonate with people, and guess what? They will follow you. They will give you, you've earned their trust. They will give you their email address, their contact information. Keep telling them stories, real stories, not guru BS stories. I'm being nice here because the kids might be listening. And these stories, find your medium, podcasting, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, all we're talking about here. Put them on Facebook, and be consistent. Put it out once a month, once a week, several times a week if you really want to get it going. And if one of these things go viral, and when I say viral, what I mean is that I was talking about the one video I did with Joe McCall. Okay, I've had 68,000 people watch that one video. Okay, somebody else saw it who sent it to their group. Maybe they had 50 people. Maybe one of those 50 people had 500 people following them. And they said, watch this Claude Diamond Joe McCall video. And it exploded, and it's still exploding into hundreds of thousands of people watching that one video. What would it cost me to pay to get that kind of viewership in a magazine, in an article, in radio or TV? We have the ability today. If you own an iPhone or an Android, you have the ability to have your own broadcasting company. You don't have to wait for the cable access channel to invite you. You don't have to wait for the Wall Street Journal to invite your article. If you can put out interesting content, you have an audience out there right now for your real estate business, right now, for buying, selling, and investing. Okay, and I feel like I'm the little boy I'm the only guy out there saying this right now. I don't know why we in creative real estate are so far behind in this type of marketing when we're still talking about the old school stuff. And so it's got to be consistent. It's got to be contemporary. Don't talk about something that happened 10 years ago. Henry, when you do a search for something of content, don't you want the latest information? Don't you want March 2016, not March 1989?
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things. But we want to get right to the point. That's the key thing that a lot of us want is we want those quick answers, to be
I
able
want,
to have
I
it.
want it. I want information that reflects the economic, the political, the situation that is going on in the news right now. What is contemporary? What is relates to my world, my business today, not from 15, 20 years ago. So you've got to keep your information up to date while you're consistently putting content out there. It's got to be compelling. It's got to be interesting. Write stories. Write stories. If you're in real estate as an investor, write stories that draw your people in there so they want to follow you. And they say, gee, what's Henry going to do next? What's his next story, his next video, his next book, his next pictures about the real estate deals, the before and after deals he did on repairing a property like a rehab or something like that. Make it compelling. And the bottom line is make it non-commercial. Most of the web pages I see are commercial. They say, trust me, buy my stuff, and give it to me, and then give me your information. People don't want to make phone calls today even. They don't want to give out their email and be spam today. You've got to earn their trust by the content you put out, and you will get the most unbelievable following of people, Henry, loyal people who respect you, who will contact you. They will buy your books. They will buy real estate from you. They will give you their grandmother's condo in Florida, and you'll get all the investor money you need if you can learn to do this type of marketing.
Yeah, and that's the key thing. We had one question here. They had mentioned, I know my survey was limited, but one of the things that they were asking is that how do they integrate all these social media platforms together? A lot of people use Facebook, but how do you integrate it in with YouTube or LinkedIn?
What I do, give you an example, I use YouTube, for instance. I love YouTube. And from YouTube, when I do a video, I do videos every week at youtube.com/cdmentor. And underneath the videos, while I'm editing it, I have all the social media underneath, little buttons for Facebook, for Twitter, for LinkedIn, for a blogger, for all the different social media out there. And then here's this really interesting. I will take the video from YouTube, and then I will replay it on my laptop and broadcast it simultaneously on Meerkat, Periscope, or Blab. So talk about making one video, hitting all the social media, and then segueing it into live streaming. And you can do that just from one platform, YouTube. If you don't want to do that, there's something called Hootsuite out there where your content, you can put it into there, and Hootsuite will take care of it all for you. There's always a solution there. The thing is, don't worry about learning all about Snapchat and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. You'll drive yourself crazy. I'm going a little nuts here because I'm literally every month, it's almost every week now, new applications and upgrades are coming out all the time because everybody is staring at that little piece of electronics from 4 to 8 hours minimum a day. And you better find one just find one thing, get really good at it, put in your pictures on Instagram, put in your content on your blog, do your YouTube, whatever, or do live broadcasting, and just be yourself, be comfortable. People want real. And get really good at that one platform. And then take the content from that platform and start segueing it or transferring it into other platforms that you start to get good at. Start with Facebook. Facebook has everything in it you need. You can do video, you can do audio, you can do texting with Messenger. You can put pictures in there and content and build your audience right. Tom Wade is doing a brilliant job of just marketing centrically from Facebook. That is his platform of choice, and he's brilliant at it. I get notifications from him every day about new pictures or new links or new content. He did a live video stream today right from Facebook. He is great at Facebook. Joe uses Podio. I use YouTube. Henry, tell us about your mail.
And like I said, I mean, we're coming up close to the hour here, and that may be something I may talk about a little bit on the off marketing side, but I still do, I still send out, letters. I mean, those are some of the things I still do, and they work
for you.
Right, but the key thing though is you got to send it to the right list. I mean that's the big thing here.
What
Um,
about the content of the letter? Is it a
yeah,
copy of a copy? I'm seeing some of these letters where they are almost threatening or trying to scare people. I don't like those postcards. And a termination notice. I think I think the content has. Marina, one of my clients, develops her own cards with, like, St. Patty's Day's come up. She'll have one with a little leprechaun on it and stuff like that. Do you do original content on your mailers?
those are some of the things that I did, and I need to bring it up here real quick, and I can see if I can find it right here. That it's funny that you brought that up, but who was one of the first ladies here that just passed away here recently?
Nancy Reagan.
That's right. And so I got it around here. I just don't have it right here, but I still have Ronald Reagan commemorative stamps. The one with the picture of Ronald Reagan on it, and I use that to mail out. Right now is a perfect time.
Wall.
Huh?
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah. That's something that I use there to be able to do it. So those are some of the things I use on the stamps. So that stamp right now would resonate with somebody, during this period right now. So that's something I just send out. So yeah, just the little creative type of things like that, set you apart or make the difference.
Well, the thing about it is, are you selling it to people? Are you sending those out to people who have opted in, who are your tribe, your community, who are following you?
No, these are people who don't even know me. But what it does is it causes them to open it. They're curious. The curiosity does it. That's the key thing that I've noticed with that. So just a little bit different.
And what does it cost, and what is the ROI, the opening rate or response rate?
With the list that I'm mailing, it's actually pretty high. It's probably right around about 10%.
That's phenomenally high.
It is. And I'll go more into that, at another webinar another time. But that does work. But it has to be the right marketing strategy to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. I'm just saying I like the instant gratification. If I put out a video and the next day 500 people have watched that video, okay, and those 500, and then I see through Google algorithms that my webpage site is going up and more people are giving me their email and stuff like that, or subscribing on that video. I get that instant response, and then I can contact those people with their email and send them a newsletter or send them an iJot video email and contact them because they contacted me. That to me, I can be busy. I want to talk to people. I want to be busy, man. I want a lot of prospects, and I want quality prospects. And I get that immediacy need by doing this live streaming and social media. Whereas what you're doing is kind of, it takes time, and it takes upfront capital, cash.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing a big mailer.
Right, and you have to do it efficiently. One of the things, Claude, we're coming up here towards the hour, and like I said, we've been talking about social media. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your new project that you're working on here?
2 new projects, first of all. Mr. King of Procrastination, Claude Diamond, actually did 28 videos on the gut sales method for 2016, which I sent to Henry. Henry, tell him what you're going to do with all those videos I made you. All about sales, marketing, prospecting, and giving good phone, qualifying the prospect quickly, all those new state-of-the-art videos. What are you going to do with them, Henry?
Well, one of the things that we're going to be doing here is we're going to be putting them all together and setting up a very simple system with the Gut Sales Academy. That's one of the things that people are going to be able to learn, just learn basic sales. That's the thing that we're going to be putting together here probably in the next, I would say, 30, 45 days.
And they can learn at their own pace.
Yes.
They can listen to 3, 4 videos one day and 10 the next, and whenever they can go back and forth and in and out of the system. But what you were really talking about is my new book, the Guts Virtual Attraction, Generating All the Leads Through Social Media book I'm writing. It's Guts Virtual Attraction, and basically all the things I'm talking about today. There's a problem with a book like this, by the way, because we're in a constant state of, is it flux, change? Okay, we're constantly changing, but this book I'm writing right now, I should have it ready, I hope, in the next 6 weeks or so. And you have a special page, I believe, where they can sign up and be notified when my book is ready, and we can get it to you guys first. It will be everything we've talked about today and in greater depth about setting up your real estate business or whatever business you're in and getting more quality leads for zero cost. And this is something I don't think anybody else is getting into it like we are. And I wrote this book for you guys because we're spending too much money, and we need to start being a little bit more modern and communicate with people who are staring at their phone all day long, because we want them to find you guys. We want them to give you. We want them to call you when they want to sell their property, when they want to buy, when they want to invest. And you guys are going to learn through this book, the gut system of virtual attraction, social media, how to generate all these wonderful leads by using all these free applications. Where do they go, Henry?
I just put that there in the link, and they should see it there in the chat now. So if you guys see it, just please let me know. Just want to make sure they did get it there. It's just a very simple page just to be notified. That's what we're just wanting to find out if you are interested in that book. You can just go ahead and click on that and just put on your email address, your information. And
can you do me a favor? Can you put that on my Facebook also, that link? Because the folks on Meerkat and on Periscope can't do that right now. And if you folks on Periscope and Meerkat want to be notified when my book is done, I'm saying 6 weeks. I'm going to try to get it done even more, dealing with all the different applications, how they would apply to creative real estate, getting you leads.
Okay. Yeah, you guys should have got it right there. So hopefully everyone did. Also, in there, I had a couple people ask me about this mind map. It is in the handouts. If you see on your Q&A, you can put in a chat, there's a little box in there that says handouts. You can click on that box and expand it. There's a PDF in there. So hopefully everybody can be able to get that PDF and download it. But it should be right there under your questions or your chat under handouts. So if you can click on that also. So those two things there. Real quick, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left. I don't know if anybody has any more last questions here, but if you guys do, you can go ahead and put them in the chat here real quick. But hopefully that's enough information there for you guys to go ahead and subscribe there for the notification for Claude, for his book that's coming out, and then also the handout there. So any other last things you want to add in, Claude, at all, or?
Just that, analyze a little reverse engineering. Ask yourself, how is my prospect, the person who's buying, selling, investing, how are they supposed to find me? How can I do things different from my competition that make me stand out, make me unique? What are my strengths in terms of communication? Am I an audio, a video, a picture guy, girl? I mean, how can people find me in different ways, alternative ways, where they pick up the phone and contact me or email me because they feel they respect my content and there's a form of trust? Persuasion in 2016 is about content driven. Okay, if you put out quality content, non-commercial content on a consistent basis, okay, you will get the best quality leads for almost zero cost. Okay, if you want to use a Facebook Boost, if you want to use Google AdWords, that's fine, but don't use the generic words that cost $5, $10 a click. Put out your own words for your own articles, your own videos. Tell your story out there in a different way. And now you're going to get the results that you want. You're going to get quality leads from people who feel like they know you already. And you're just going to have a lot more fun in this business. You're not going to be sitting around listening to the crickets and waiting for the phone to ring. People are going to be emailing you, calling you, and you're going to just see a whole different response rate if you can learn one of the new social media or live streaming systems. I hope this was informative to you guys. Thank you, Henry, for talking me into this and setting this whole thing up. Okay, this was Henry Serrano's idea. Henry runs a great little meetup group in Fresno, California. 559 Club?
Yep, 559 meetup, and like Claude had done, you can type in there, Fresno Real Estate Group, and we'll show up right there on the top. And I've got people, like I said, that have joined up all over the place. So it's just not necessarily in Fresno, because I still send out some of the good content, and I will be doing some of the meetings here live also. So that's the other thing I've had some requests on. But listen, everybody, hope you enjoyed the content here. If you did, just put it there in the chat and, say thank you, and thank you to Claude, for spending that time. And like I said, you've got the handouts and some of the things, and we'll keep you abreast here of some up and coming other events that will be coming up here, some more webinars, fairly soon. I know it's been a while. You haven't heard from us, but we're back in it again. So
there you go. And I'm going to be next weekend. I'm going to be in Las Vegas at the Ultimate Meetup and Networking event for real estate entrepreneurs. I'm going to go into. I have a great PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to do gut selling with the audience. Okay, a lot of fun stuff. And that's on my Facebook page, Claude Diamond. Just go into Facebook, type in Claude Diamond. You'll see the link for that too on there. Henry, anything else before we go?
Nope, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you, guys. Really appreciate you putting up with me and listening to all this. And take care, and thanks for being you. Thanks. Nobody deserves success more than you guys. Take care.
All right. Have a good evening. See you.